AITA for not forgiving my ex-husband after his mom forced him to divorce me, only to try and get us back together years later? This isn't your typical bad mother-in-law story. This is about a woman who systematically dismantled my marriage, piece by agonizing piece, and a man who let her do it. My ex-husband Mark and I were high school sweethearts. We got married young, madly in love. But his mom, Evelyn, hated me from day one. I wasn't good enough, smart enough, or rich enough for her precious son. She made every family gathering a nightmare. Little digs, snide comments, questioning my career choices, even criticizing my cooking at our own home. Mark would always just tell me to ignore her, but he never stood up to her. It got worse after we had our daughter, Lily. Evelyn became obsessed. She'd show up unannounced, criticize how I was raising Lily, and constantly try to undermine my authority. She'd tell Mark, "She's a terrible mother, you need to take Lily away from her." Mark would just look uncomfortable, mumble something, and change the subject. The turning point was when Evelyn started giving Mark ultimatums. She told him, "It's me or her. If you stay with my name, I will cut you off. No inheritance, no family business, nothing." Mark was her only son, and he was terrified of losing her approval and money. One night, Mark came home from his mom's house. He looked absolutely broken. He sat me down and, through tears, told me he was filing for divorce. He said, "I can't do this anymore. My mom, she's too much." He admitted that Evelyn had given him a strict deadline and threatened to disown him completely if he didn't leave me. I was shattered. I begged him to fight for us, for Lily, but he was too scared of his mother. He chose her over his wife and his child's intact family. The divorce was brutal, initiated entirely by him under his mother's pressure. I lost my home, my husband, and my faith in him. Lily was devastated. Fast forward 5 years. I worked my tail off, built a successful career, and raised Lily into an incredible kid. We moved on. Mark still saw Lily, but our interactions were minimal and strained. Then, about 6 months ago, Mark called me out of the blue. He sounded different. He said Evelyn had been diagnosed with a terminal illness and had about a year to live. He admitted that since she was dying, he no longer had to fear her. He started telling me how much he regretted divorcing me, how much he missed us, and how he wanted to try and get our family back together. He said he finally understood what he lost. He even hinted that with Evelyn gone, he'd be getting a massive inheritance and that we could rebuild our lives together. I just hung up the phone. He's been texting, calling, even showing up at my door. He keeps saying, "My mom isn't a factor anymore." But she was a factor. She was the factor that destroyed my family, and he stood by and let her do it. Now that her power is gone, he wants to waltz back into my life. My friends are split. Some say he deserves a second chance, especially since his mom's dying. Others say I should never forgive him for abandoning us. So, AITA for refusing to even consider getting back with the man whose mother forced him to divorce me, only for him to want me back once she's out of the picture?